Hey Metafam, Piwizo here. Welcome to the channel. Not really too sure where to start with all this. It's been a full circle since I joined Metazoo 2.5 years ago, and pretty much when I started content creation as well. I remember around 2 years ago, I I made a video called "Top 5 Reasons Why Metazoo is a Success," and here I am today because we've come a full circle of life where Metazoo yesterday, January 29th, 2024, has announced that they are shutting down. Well, it was Michael Waddell, CEO of Metazoo, announcing that Metazoo is shutting down. And there are a lot of videos going around, and I just want to give, I guess, my take on everything. And especially, I know a lot of people from the other TCG communities, like Pokemon, have been chiming in on this as well. So this is a video for you guys as well from the other TCG communities. I do appreciate that a lot of you are just giving condolences to us Metazoo fans that just got, I guess the best word to use is rug pulled. I don't think it's a scam, but we did get the rug pulled out from beneath of us because this was very sudden, even to a lot of the people that were close to Metazoo and Mike as well. Just wanted to clarify why Metazoo died, why Metazoo failed. It's not the generic reason that most people that aren't in the Metazoo community are thinking that, oh, it's because there were just only investors that liked Metazoo. It's because the art was drawn by kids and stuff like that. There are legitimate people that enjoy Metazoo, such as myself. I enjoy collecting cards. I like the design of it, and the art has been improving steadily throughout the different sets. And of course, the community. The community is a huge part of why I stayed. This channel is a huge part of why I stayed. I love making the videos and interacting with everyone. But yeah, so it's not because all the investors dump their money into One Piece or Lorcana or Pokemon now. So let's get right into it. So the first reason, the biggest one that people would generally know, is that the creator Michael Waddell is not the most personable person, and also a lot of people dislike him because he does not take well to criticism at all. Uh, I have DM'd Mike a few times, and I have even interviewed him, and I have to say that his personal demeanor and his public one are completely different. They're like two different people. Uh, Personally, if you know him, he will get out of his way to like protect you, stick up to you, and even to a fault, I would say. And that's actually one of the reasons why Metazoo did fail, because of the second person that is more infamous these days, which is Andy Murat, who is the president of Metazoo. He used to actually just be a regular Metazoo fan. He wasn't hired directly on the team as a member of the staff. It was actually because Mike was impressed that Andy made some type of vending machine, like hard ass vending machine, that kind of like was like the old Pokemon one, but then Andy repurposed it for Metazoo, and that really impressed Mike. And then brought him up into the Metazoo team as what, the chief CPO, I think, the chief product officer. So that's how Andy's roots started. And then I guess they became more and more friends. And Andy, I would say, is the biggest reason why Metazoo has failed, because he's just an asshat. I think that's the most polite way to put it. I haven't met Andy personally, but from speaking with him, he's very off putting, just like on the Discord. He doesn't reply back to pretty much anyone's messages unless he specifically likes you. Um, while like Mike, although he did reply back to me, he also does reply back to a lot of other fans. So that can be corroborated information. Um, but Andy, he just says, "Oh, I have too many people messaging me, whatever." And then so he's not very personable either. But even in person, Nick Strength and Pokemon made a recent video where he interviewed the artist about why there was a mass exodus of the original artists leaving Metazoo. Artists that are fan favorites such as Poncho, Chris Campman, um, Sky Lee, Seb, and there were also, I guess, Lily and everyone else now. Lily, Kelsey, they have all left Metazoo now since Metazoo has shut down. But uh, Nick interviewed a lot of the artists that left, and it wasn't because of Mike that they left. They all had pretty positive things, at least based on what Nick was saying, that Mike was not the reason they had an issue with. It was Andy. And what had happened with Andy is that he was giving like really rude comments to the artists. Like I think it was one of the words used was like gaslighting them, and also like he was also saying that they were, what's that word, like not undeserving, overrated, that they were overrated artists. And he also like slashed the amount of money that they made just doing the Metazoo stuff, like the Metazoo cards. Before, when Mike was in charge, Mike was pretty open and said that he was paying the artist around $350 per selected artwork that was used in the set. And then during the reign of Andy, when he became president and took over a lot of the operations of Metazoo, like it went down by quite a bit, like almost half, I believe. That was the numbers I was set, like 150 or 160 something. And also, there was actually a lot of favoritism from Andy to. So Andy's girlfriend is actually one of the artists, Afton. I'm not in any way insinuating that Afton is really at fault here. Perhaps she did know some things that she could have maybe stopped or convinced Andy not to do, or maybe could have shared with the community a bit more. But that's up to her. I'm not judging Afton in any of this. But she did get a lot of preferential treatment, according to the Nick Strength video, and what the artist said, that because she was Andy's girlfriend, she got to go to a lot more signings. She got to, yeah, I guess like a lot of her cards were selected more, especially for the Kurami Cryptid Carnival set. That, yeah, it's. The other artists didn't really get much of a chance, I guess, for their arts to be selected because of nepotism. Is nepotism only for family members or people that you like? Nepotism slash favoritism. How about let's call it that? Yeah. So, and that's not the only instance of favoritism and nepotism in Metazoo as well, which is continuing another reason why Metazoo kind of failed as well. A lot of people had bad taste in their mouths, especially like for Andy. He had preferences for certain individuals in the community, and he would like, especially if they asked a lot of stuff from him, he would just kind of kneel down, and not kneel down, but keel down, and just like give them what they want, just so that they don't complain anymore. I'm not going to use their names specifically, but I'll use the first letters of their, I guess, usernames. So it's, let's say it's F and M. So they got a lot of free stuff from Andy, where a lot of the other content creators didn't really get much during the period of like content creators were the one that got a lot of the spoiler packs. I think it was like Wilderness and UFO then. It was that period of time. And they just kept posting on social media that, oh, we got free boxes from Metazoo. Thank you so much. And it's like, oh, we got another surprise thing from Metazoo. Maybe they purchased it and they just said that they got it from Metazoo as like a gift just to trick everyone. But they also received like influencer medals that were specifically given to people with like a lot more, I guess, influence in the TCG world. I know one of them has a big following in a different industry, but just for fairness sake, like a lot of people that were given the influencer medal were actually even not Metazoo fans as well. So you'd think like a Metazoo influencer medal or a Metazoo content creator medal would go to more Metazoo people, but a lot of those people just made one video about getting the influencer medal, and from like the Pokemon community, there's quite a few, and other TCG communities, and they just made one saying, "Oh, thanks Metazoo, thanks for sending me this influencer medal. I don't know why, pretty much, but here it is." And they never made any other mention of Metazoo again, and that kind of pissed off the community quite a bit, especially the ones that were content creating. Content creator medals was another thing that got botched. This, I would have to say, it's not because of Andy or Mike. It was because of one of the staff members that were uh, handling the promos at the time. So what he did is, then this is secondhand information. I don't know for a fact, but that is just pretty much anyone that sent in a metal application without reviewing any of the requirements, he just sent it to everyone. So everyone, even like the haters of Metazoo, even got the content creator medals as well. And one of them actually even made a medal kind of making fun of this, saying like, "Oh, Metazoo wants me back. Thanks, Mike," type of thing. It was like, I just thought it was, I don't know, it's kind of hilarious in a way, because it's just like it's the amount of like, there's no, what do you call it? Not content control, not content control. Sorry, quality control. No accountability of people like just doing things willy nilly. But in the end, so that individual got let go. I don't want to use the word fired. I don't think they were fired, but he got let go. And then there was, of course, another reason why Metazoo failed as well, is because what happened in the discords, because there was like a major banning spree going on, like even especially in the beginning of Metazoo, like you couldn't say anything bad about Metazoo without getting banned. It was literally like, if you made like a poop emoji, if you made like a frowning emoji at anyone's other comments, or especially if it's one of the staff members' comments, you would get banned. It would just be like a week suspension, or you just got completely banned. And that just like pissed people off. It's like, why would you do that to your community members, the people that are actually supporting you as a company? And I myself never crossed any lines of getting banned. I have come close. All my stuff have been detailed. Every message is very detailed written. And then I try to be as critical as I can, but in a polite way. And that was acceptable because I was never silenced in the Metazoo Discord. I was never banned, but I have been very critical about Metazoo throughout my content creating journey, pretty much. If you look at any of my old videos, there were some videos that actually got me in trouble with Metazoo because I just spoke out even just a little bit. It was considered what, FUD, fear, undermining, and destruction. Okay, I'm really bad at acronyms, but it's kind of like what the cryptocurrency community says, like you're putting fear into the community, so that's a bad thing. And of course, like you got penalized as a content creator because you didn't get any spoilers, you didn't get any of like the like spoiler of the cards for the next set. You wouldn't be able to get spoiler packs that you can open on your channel to like spoil the set for everyone as like a fun thing to do. And you wouldn't get like a lot of even the medals, to be honest. Which brings me to actually, you know what? Content creator medal. I'm just gonna do a little aside here. Content creator medal, you have known if you've been watching this channel that I've been pretty broken up about not getting a supporter medal. So for those that don't know, there's a bronze, silver, and gold supporter medal that you can get from Metazoo, and they were giving it out around September, October of last year, so 2023. And this made it feel like people that got the medals were actually true Metazoo supporter fans, and those that didn't were just like, "What are you?" Pretty much, it's like you are not a good supporter of Metazoo. So I took that pretty personally because I have been making Metazoo for quite a long time, but especially with Metazoo content on YouTube, I would say that perhaps I'm the longest, aside from Argos Anonymous, Metazoo content creator on YouTube, like that just lasted from 2.5 years ago until now. But yeah, I thought I was giving the news updates to people. I was telling people about product drops. I was hyping up Metazoo a little bit. So I do have to apologize if I did hype up Metazoo a little bit too much during my videos. I try to be as objective as possible and as critical to Metazoo as possible. But I know sometimes it might not come off that way because, to be honest, all the content creators, especially in 2021 and 2022, it was more like you didn't want to step on Metazoo's toes. It was like walking over eggshells because you were afraid to say anything bad about Metazoo. I guess it's a form of gaslighting, if I'm using the term right. It's just kind of like saying like, oh, it's not your fault. Like, you better be careful because although if you say something accurate and correct, you're actually doing something bad. But we're not actually doing something bad. It's just we just get penalized for things like that. But anyway, so I actually did get a supporter medal, but not from Metazoo. So this is the gold supporter medal. Sorry for the really bad camera quality. So I got this from I guess everyone is an ex Metazoo staff member now. So I can say I got this from a ex Metazoo staff member that watches my video for I didn't actually know because he never really commented, or I should say he or she never really commented. And but they said that they watched the video for a long time, my videos, and really enjoyed my content creation and wanted me to select something from some of the stuff he had. All right, well, I'll just use he now. I already said he twice. And yeah, so I'm just like, wow, there's a supporter medal. I'm going to select this because this means a lot to me. Because especially for the gold ones were only given to the partner stores or LGSs, and it was only given out for one round that was publicly known. So now I think a lot of the staff members actually did receive maybe bronze, silver, and gold medals because deservingly so, because all of them have been huge supporters of Metazoo because they work for Metazoo. But yeah, but this one for the public was only able to get from the stores. So I'm really thankful for to be able to get this. The one for content creators was a silver one that has a Loveland Frogman on it. And of course, I was overlooked for that one. Um, and especially to other content creators, I don't want to say it's bad that it was just like some content creators that didn't even have like 2 posts about Metazoo, or like it was just literally like 1 week old. They got it, although many others did not receive any type of supporter medals. So the one thing about that is that there was kind of a little bit of like nitpickiness by Andy as well. I believe it was Andy at that time that was making decisions on who to get medals. And then it was pretty much, I did a little bit of research. Everyone that got it, either new fans or not, were ones that went to like collecticons or conventions in person, like, or people that met Andy. So the criteria is pretty much you met Andy, you were eligible for a supporter medal. And if I'm wrong with that, please let me know down below. If you've never met Andy, but you also got a supporter medal, just correct me. But I felt because I live in Canada, I can't go to any of the conventions there due to family obligations and work. But yeah, I just felt like, so that's very unfair. Like you should, and no one knew what the criteria was to be a supporter medal. It was just said that, oh, you just had to post a lot of stuff and you would be able to be eligible. But that wasn't the case. There was a ton of people that posted daily and they didn't get anything. And segueing into another reason why Metazoo failed, a big reason is that they made a lot of false promises, and I would just say they deceived a lot of us about certain drops or certain like items that would be randomly seeded into products, especially like a lot of like the eBay stuff. Like some of the eBay stuff, they would said that they would seed like Mike Medell business cards was like it's like a Metazoo card, but in the form of like a business card, and also like the Kickstarter poker Metazoo stuff. So there was a second Kickstarter that came out that did poker cards, and they said that they were going to be seeding one of one cards and original art prints. So this is one of the art prints actually that I got from the Kickstarter. I was actually pretty lucky to get Piazza Bird, which is one of my favorite beasties. My favorite beastie, of course, in my logo is Sewer Gator that you can see. But yeah, so they didn't go through with that. They actually, it's kind of, I feel really bad for the people that bought it. It was $5,000 US to get a illustrated. So it was an add-on to any of the pledges to get a one-of-one card that looked like the original art print that you would get. So they never actually made, or maybe they got it, or they're just like keeping it to themselves. I have no clue. They didn't send out the one-of-one cards to the people. So they sent like a Kickstarter booster box that at this time now, which is 2 years late. So the Metazoo Poker Kickstarter was in February of 2022, and now in November or December of 2023, that's when the people that bought those original artworks actually got the original artworks. But at that time, the original artworks were what, like maybe worth a few $100s, and then the Kickstarter box was worth like 1,500 to 1,800 US dollars. Not anymore, because of the Metazoo news being canceled or shutting down news. Kickstarter booster boxes are at what, like $800, $900 now on eBay. It's just a ridiculous drop. It's just a ridiculous situation. So those people that paid $5,000 got truly scammed of their purchase because they didn't get what they paid for, and they can't do a chargeback. Is like what, a year and a bit afterwards. Maybe they did chargebacks, or they're going to sue Metazoo because that's a really big amount of money. So there was just a lot of deception in Metazoo as well, just with all the products that we were supposed to get, which actually that brings us to the next point. Another reason why Metazoo has failed is because of the backlog of products that we never received, that a lot of people had to do chargebacks for. For example, the longest one now is, it's almost been a year now, but there was the Metazoo streamer kits that was supposed to release for native, so June of 2023, and then it went for pre-order on February of 2023, and now it's like almost, well, 2 days. Well, in 2 days it'll be February of 2024, so it's a year late. And of course, Metazoo shut down now, so they can't fulfill the product of the streamer kits. And they said, all they've said that was like, oh, we're waiting on one item, just wait for it, it'll be here. And then yeah, they just rug pulled us. We're not getting our items. It doesn't seem like and we can't even get a refund as well, because when I asked for a refund in June of 2023, they sent me a message saying, oh, it's outside the 30-day cancellation period. We cannot cancel it. You have to wait for this to be fulfilled. And it's not fulfilled. Metazoo is gone. So what do? Chargeback. There's every other item pretty much after that. There's still a lot of them. There's third anniversary Metazoo products. There's like some like disclosure plushie that you can get of like some space blob that was never delivered. There's the Black Friday sale hoodies. So the most annoying thing is that Metazoo, even up until like pretty much, I don't know, unless this is like a last minute decision by Mike himself to shut down Metazoo, I don't know why they would do like Black Friday sale. So that's like November, like 2 months ago, literally, they were selling Black Friday hoodies that people would be able to get. And yeah, so Metazoo shut down. So what do those people that bought the hoodies have to do? They have to just get a chargeback for the item they never received. They did receive the Black Friday promo packs, which actually were pretty good. I guess it's the last good hurrah for Metazoo that ended on a not horrible note product wise. But yeah, it's just so much stuff that are unfulfilled. People the past few days have been scrambling for chargebacks. I actually ordered a Metazoo native streamer kit, and I promised myself I would not buy any new Metazoo products until I received a streamer kit, which was a good idea because now every other product pretty much after the streamer kit wasn't delivered as well. So I did a chargeback with my credit card company. We'll see how that goes. I only bought one, and that was the only thing I got from Metazoo, so not a big loss for me. And overall, I did okay with Metazoo financially, so don't have to worry about that about me, guys. I broke even with Metazoo. So what do you call it? You're playing with the house's money, pretty much. I bought enough Metazoo to resell sometimes that the ones I have in my collection pretty much cost $0 to me. So I broke even with Metazoo, and I just got a lot of good memories. And I'm out potentially $100 with the native streamer kits, which hopefully I can get a chargeback for. What other reasons Metazoo failed? There's just so many. So it's just mainly it was just incompetency of management. Mike just did a really bad job in making Andy Murat in charge of taking the day-to-day dealings with Metazoo. Mike must have gotten burnt out by middle of 2022. There's so many people complaining about just like, oh, the bans in the Metazoo Discord, which actually that was mainly because of a head mod before called Rusquilla. If people don't remember him, he was another huge asshat. He was on a power trip banning people. Like I brought up a few times where people were breaking the rules in Metazoo, and if they were his friends, he would just say, "Oh, I'll look into it," but nothing was happened to them. But if someone like posted a poop emoji, he would ban them. Like there was no objectiveness in the bans. A lot of Metazoo fans that I know really supported Metazoo that didn't break any rules on purpose, that just said something, they just got banned. So anyway, so that was Rusquilla, and yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to make a second video after this, just if I remember what other things that Metazoo. Oh, NFTs. Oh man. So I'm not a fan of NFTs, but there are a lot of people in the community and friends I have in the community that do enjoy the NFTs. So the NFTs are non-fungible tokens that got really popular during the pandemic, and there were a lot of NFT scams. I think so. The biggest one I think was the monkey one. I can't remember. So something yacht beach monkey yacht club or something like that. So stupid. There was like Justin Bieber and other like millionaires were buying into it. Like celebrities, they were paying like millions of dollars to get like a monkey wearing a hat NFT. I don't know. It wasn't for me. But Metazoo had their NFTs of Metazoo cryptids, which are called beasties. They actually had utility to it. You could actually buy products that actually had like Metazoo stickers on them. I don't have any because I don't own an NFT, and you had early access to products. And at that time, it was really worth it. If you got early access to product at a good price as well, you didn't have to just log on and try to get product, because Metazoo products were selling out literally in 1 minute back then during the heyday, golden age of Metazoo. Yeah, so they were selling out. So the NFTs did have a function for it, and I thought that was actually something legitimate. But now, as time went on, that was like the brainchild of Steve Aoki, who is, I don't know what his relationship with Metazoo is anymore, but at the time, he was like part owner of Metazoo. He was like, owned 49% of it, and Mike Waddell owned 51% of it at that time. And he was really into, and maybe he still is really into NFTs and really pumping it. And then he got, Metazoo into it. A lot of people thought NFTs were a scam. I don't think it's a scam, but I just don't think it's literally like a digital picture that you own online. But if someone takes like a screenshot of it, then technically they stole your property. If they use it or something, you can sue them. Something like that. But yeah, NFTs were looked really bad on companies that had decided to go with making NFTs. Like GameStop did NFTs for a while. Like there was like Activision, I believe, did NFTs. Reddit did NFTs for a while. Like, and then all those companies backtracked because there's so much huge public backlash that didn't like the NFTs. But Metazoo still continued with it. There's still people that like with NFTs, but that really damaged the reputation of Metazoo, because any company that was related with NFTs were kind of seen in the public eye as like a scam company, pretty much. And based on the actions of what Metazoo has done yesterday, I am by trade. I'm like in the fraud detection field, let's say. I didn't think Metazoo was a scam, but yesterday's did really feel hurtful. It wasn't just a punch in the gut; it was like a punch to the heart as well. That Metazoo just gave up on the IP. Like, I know it's a down market, it's a bear market right now, but they just really gave up trying. People were asking why did Metazoo decide to do it? So what I can gather and who I've talked to that actually knows a little bit about the happenings of Metazoo, or at least know some of the staff members of Metazoo, said that there was actually a acquisition in the works. So I guess all my videos were correct. Metazoo was going to sell to someone, but because of, so this part is speculative, but because potentially of liabilities that Metazoo had, like the outstanding products, not paying the dark power players, which is another big thing that broke a lot of trust for Metazoo fans, and a slew of other things. Like apparently Metazoo owes some money, what do you call it? Potentially owes other companies some money as well. So there were just a lot of debt with Metazoo, and apparently the potential buyers of Metazoo didn't look very favorably to that, and they just didn't think it was worth it. So that's what I heard about why Metazoo, that was maybe the hay that broke the camel's back, that Metazoo just decided to call it quits. Maybe for now, maybe they're going to file for bankruptcy. Like, we don't even know if they're filing for bankruptcy, to be honest. Metazoo could be just saying, hey, we're just going to put this on hold until the financial problems go away miraculously, or maybe they're filing for bankruptcy to get their liabilities wiped out, and then they sell the company afterwards, after all the creditors have been paid out. I don't know what's going on there, but it's a pretty crazy whole situation anyway. So, but as of now, Metazoo dead. A lot of haters been popping up, ladies, saying, I knew Metazoo was a scam. You should have listened to me 2 years ago. You should have listened to me 4 years ago. You should have listened to me 20 years ago. I knew Metazoo was a scam. How could you not have? I hate people saying that all the time. It's just because Metazoo decided to go over on defense of just shutting down doesn't mean that Metazoo was a scam the whole time. It was a legitimate company for quite a few years. Like, they were legitimate fans. They did legitimate business. They had pretty good revenue. Like, I don't think it was $50 million, which might claim that the company was valuated at. I think that that's a little bit much, but it was a decent sized company. It just, Metazoo didn't hire the right people. They only decided to keep with their friends and maybe family. I don't know. Maybe Metazoo family members are working there as well. It was just really mismanagement. But anyway, I think it's been 30 minutes now. I'll maybe make another video if I think of anything else that caused the downfall of Metazoo. This is just my thoughts on it. If you would like to, please leave a comment down below of what you thought of why Metazoo did. I'm really sad, actually. Someone actually put a really good point that it's not just a loss of a game or loss of a scam. It's a loss of a treasured hobby for others as well. And I really take that to heart, because Metazoo has been a treasured hobby, and I still will keep with Metazoo, actually. Like, I'm not going to buy anything anymore right now, and maybe even sell some of the stuff, just try to recoup some additional funds. But yeah, that's it for Metazoo for now. Please leave a like for the video. Please subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, keep on casting. I'll see you guys next time.